warm, positive vibrations. This is Body Culinary and it's post food. And I just have a question this morning, right? Because the mind is very clear in the morning. Is anyone paying attention to what's going on with the food prices? You know, it was almost like over a year and a half ago during the whole so and so vid episode that we heard that food prices were going to be going up. And so, you know, that was to be expected. Yesterday, it so happens that I saw something come across my feed concerning actually making protein, that researchers are working on a method to make protein into something that is edible due to food shortages. And I was thinking, like, is this real? Could this actually be real? And is anybody alarmed, or is it just that human beings, we've gotten to such a space of complacency that nobody's taking this stuff seriously? You know, so how could it be that we've reached a point where they're literally saying to the public that they're going to be making protein out of the recycled dirty plastic in the ocean? Protein. I'm like, plastic people, plastic thinking, very desensitized to violence. I'm like, is anybody paying attention to this? Is there a sense of urgency to change? Is there a sense of urgency to grow food? Now, I've had my eye on a lot of these happenings for many years, and I've charted my steps accordingly. But I just wonder, sometimes I wonder, especially as women, you know, are we just tired, burnt out, complacent? You know, it also makes me think for years, like, why are we not taking care of ourselves? Why are we not prioritizing the workout? You know, and again, I'm not anti-makeup or anything, but why are we not prioritizing health? I get the body positivity, but there's no way, I don't hear in any, well, maybe in a few other communities, but that's also come to a head. With all the body positivity, there's nothing positive or not about having internal organs that are at risk. And we're so caught up in the aesthetics. It's like really a fever pitch of so much of what we look like. We abhor. We are like really not feeling aging, which is a natural process. Exercise, raw foods, and all. That is coming for everyone. But the quality of life, I just heard of, I mean, some really shocking, not shocking in terms of surprise, but just in terms of confirmation with a lot of the women that I've been working with. And also with my sister at some of these conferences and these gatherings and these meetings. There are women that are experiencing things that, you know, I just think like in the 30s and the 40s of women, we're not paying attention. We're like sitting ducks in terms of safety, being able to protect ourselves, really not having a clue. I would say pretty clueless about what is coming down the line when you reach your menopausal years. And so we're so caught up in the social media and the fever pitch with our looks that we just are not taking seriously fibroids. We're not taking seriously the amounts of chemicals that our brain is exposed to in our internal organs. We're so caught up in the superficial, we're not thinking about the spleen, the kidneys, the liver, and the organs which are making everything happen. We are clueless, and if you are not on a trajectory of being responsible, because your life is your responsibility, to educate yourself, to invest, I would say invest. I figured out at a young age, invest somewhere, somebody that you trust to get education to shorten the learning curve. Because when you're in your late 40s or your 50s and certain things have kicked in, or perhaps when we've done a lot of damage, it is very hard and sometimes almost impossible to correct. So for example, I can think of a woman, several women who are accomplished in their fields with their degrees and their homes and their jobs, and a certain health crises hits. Certain health crises hit and gag due to little glitches. Their insurance is not covering things that are detrimental, like You know, there's some women walking around not knowing that they're having strokes. Young women definitely are not prepared for menopause, right? Feeling extremely uncomfortable in your body, like almost you can't breathe. So all of the money we're spending on clothes, you might not be able to wear it because a lot of the synthetic fabrics, you'll feel like you can't breathe. Or hot flashes, or many women are unaware of sarcopenia, osteoporosis. You've heard about it, but did you know that you're losing in your 30s? In your 30s, you're losing muscle every year if you are not exercising. This is not just about being cute. That's one. And then the next thing is the vast amount of the population is unfit to exercise. What do I mean by that? Now we see all of our favorite fitness influencers on Instagram. You know, everybody's coming fully made